was probably dying with no one knowing of any contribution I'd ever made to creative music. But that's cool because I made an album already that I'm so proud of that, you know, if I died tomorrow and touch wood, you know, I would still feel fulfilled in a way.
The world is yours, and I'ma do it for all my niggas and all my haters who talking like we ain't all in and we ain't getting paper. No, I'm in my zone, and no, we not faking. Ride for my niggas all day, all day. I'ma die for my city all day. Oh, the world is crazy these days. Maybe seem kinda strange to a nigga like me. My mama told me, thank God, keep my head in the game. What's the G off in this game? Got a nigga like me. I see this shit as clear as day. Even in my sleep. And so I pull out my chain. Be the fresh I can be. So I hate to stay off in your lane. Now you can't do it like me. I'll be the coolest on the block. It's your boy, J. This for all my shorties that be getting money. This for all my niggas that be getting money. In this generation, ain't no hesitation. Wake up in the morning, you know I be on it. Living for the moment, you know I be on it. I'm crowd surfing, ain't no denying the high performance. Fuck a hater, try to tell me how to be now. Judging me on style, vocabulary, performance, not ordinary, original. Tell the haters simmer down. Focus on this life that I'm living now. Living now.
Yeah, motherfuckers, welcome back to another episode of the T.O.P Cast. I am your host, the incredible T.O.P, and back again with me is ToneYouAFool and the young homie Roe. What's going on, fellas? It's been a week, and we back with more of this Monday madness. And if you're not here, it's probably because you support a cornball instead of fucking with the real shit. Anyway, I'm tired in the motherfucker. I think I got the right to be because I'm almost 50 years old. And I'm a little depressed right now because I'm down by about $6,000 in the crypto market. And I'm trying to be strong. I'm trying to be strong.
He blew that $6 on OnlyFans. Quit playing.
Get the fuck out of here. What's up, niggas?
Hey, Tone, you see how he ain't replied to the little TikTok I sent him of that sugar daddy. Maybe that nigga didn't reply. That's where 6,000 went, nigga. It ain't crypto.
See, ladies and gentlemen, this is what happened when you adopt two foster kids. They have no respect.
He didn't respond back. He was there. Okay, it makes sense now. I'm like, oh.
This shit ain't even funny. This shit true as fuck.
Rose sitting out early Christmas presents and shit. Nah, to be perfectly honest, I got the text. I just didn't click it because I thought that shit was like motherfuckers be sending you viruses and shit through your mail. I thought somebody was impersonating you, so I ain't click. I ain't want to fuck.
That's some old nigga shit, boy. He acting like an old man. I ain't about to open that. I'm gonna get a virus. I'm gonna get a virus on my Obama phone.
Hey, man.
He was one of them niggas who didn't open the mail because he figured if he didn't see the bill, the shit didn't count.
Somebody fuck around and send me some mail with some baby powder in that motherfucker. Boy, I be shook out this bitch. But I mean, if you take into consideration what's going on right now in the country, we had Sleepy Joe some months ago. He was saying how he wouldn't support or try to make the vaccine mandatory, and only the politicians is lying motherfuckers, only to find out that the shit is mandatory. So of course I'm not in the in a position to be clicking no buttons because I can't afford to take no vaccine. I'm too old. I ain't trying to die. I want to go out, the official way in my sleep, the way old men supposed to go.
Right.
So let me ask both of you guys. I understand both of you gentlemen are gainfully employed. You work. Is your place of employment giving you static about having to take the vaccine? Is it mandatory for the jobs that you do?
For me, no. So far, I haven't really heard nothing about it. But yeah, I ain't heard shit about it. And I don't really think I am. Because I stay in Arizona, and most of the people here are like, fuck that shit. So, yeah, so far, no.
What about you, bro? I mean, I know if people recall, just here recently, you was just getting over, the beer bug is what we'll call it. What about you in your workplace? Are you having to take the mandatory vaccine?
Knock on wood, but not at the moment. Well, I'm an independent contractor, so I highly doubt that they gonna try to force it on us. Like they sent me some stuff like, oh, we can help you get it, but they haven't been pressing the issue, sending me no emails and nothing. But I'm kind of like on my own stuff, so I'm not like I work for a company, but it's just like it's on my own, so I don't see how they would try to force that on people. Plus, they about their money. They know, they already short for drivers as is. So if they do that, like they really gonna be like, some people gonna be like, nah, like I'm good.
That's a good point. That's a good point because it wasn't until you just said it right then that it dawned on me that essentially you are like a 1099 worker, you like a small business owner.
Mm-hmm.
So, provided that your business got more than 100 employees, you don't have to impose that upon yourself.
Right.
Very, very cool. And I noticed in the news here today, it's a lot of shit going on, man. But like I'm a over the road. I'm a professional commercial driver, but I've driven tractor trailers over the road. And what I seen in the news today is that, and soon as the 100 employee mandate came out, I kind of, in the back of my mind, it dawned on me. I just wasn't really conscious of it. So I seen it on the news, but a lot of trucking companies is because they got well over 100 employees. And a lot of those guys are already saying, fuck that. You can't force me to take shit and I'll rather quit. And that's really, really bad because a lot of people don't realize, because most motherfuckers out here don't respect truckers. They'll cut a truck off, give a trucker the finger, but these are the same motherfuckers, us, who got to bring you your fucking tampons and your goddamn Pop-Tarts and your fucking, your Lexus that's really just an overpriced fucking Toyota. But if that was to happen, that would impact the economy a whole lot because the supply chain is already fucked up because of the beer bug from 2020. And if you get truckers walking off the job, that's going to make prices of shit shoot the fuck up because it's going to be very difficult to get things. So I was wondering.
What's crazy is, it's a hospital that a bunch of nurses just quit, and they say they're not delivering babies after the 24th because they ain't got enough people to do that shit.
I read that too recently in the news where a lot of healthcare workers was saying that they were going to do the same thing, essentially walk off the job. But I've been hearing quite a few healthcare workers. Young lady I deal with, she's a registered nurse. She just doesn't work in the hospital. But I've been hearing that very same thing with the healthcare workers, and they right on the front lines. So they would be able to tell you if this is some real deal shit and what the real worries are that you should be focused upon. But when you got healthcare workers walking off the job and truck drivers walking off the job, that could be potentially very, very bad for the country, for the economy, because you need healthcare workers, and without the truck drivers, the economy don't move. We basically the backbone of the economy, which is why they killed the unions. Can't have that much power, concentrated outside of the government, but that's a whole nother story. I just thought that it was really interesting because I'm pretty sure a lot of us didn't think, back in March of 2020 that it could get this bad. A lot of people might have, it might have been hypothetical to some people, but we hear now today. It's no more a thought, is actually reality. How you guys feel about that? What would you do if you were told that you had to take the vaccine? Would you do it?
Well, I just feel like, just to add on to it, like we could end all of this stuff right now if we just all got together and everybody would just like, you just grabbed your nuts and said, we ain't taking it. But you got so many people that's their mind is ran by the news and social media, so they just get scared. But if everybody was to literally, like, everybody, like, you know what, we ain't, because we keep the world going. I don't care, like, yeah, you got the government, but it's the workers that keep the world going. So if all the workers just came together, like, we ain't taking it, all of this stuff would have been over already. Like, it would have been over when it started. They're like, oh yeah, they not playing, but they know that they can pump fear into the average person's heart. You know what I'm saying? So they probably just gonna get to a point where we're gonna try to get as many people as we can to get it. Then eventually, like everything else everything else in the world happens. Like, we're gonna even out. And me personally, I do not want to take it. And that's just not even just a vaccine thing. It's a me thing because I've never been a go to the doctor type person. Like, I haven't been to the doctor in probably 20 some years since I was in high school playing sports. Like, I don't go to the doctor. I don't take pills and medicine. I always been just like, I'm gonna thug it out, and I might take a little Advil or something for a headache, but other than that, like, I'm not taking that stuff. Because also I took a pharmacy technician class. I was gonna be a pharmacy tech, but I was like, yeah, I don't want to do it. But I learned a little bit, and the dude that was teaching the class told me, like, hey, look, these pills may help you with whatever sickness you got, but they kill you faster. Like, they kill your liver. Like, all them pills that people be taking is really not good for them. And I learned this in a class, so ever since then, I was like, you know what, I'm good. Like, I'll just take my chances, and when my time it comes. Hopefully, it doesn't come like in a terrible way. I always, I hope it doesn't come like that. But I've never been a flu shot person, and I ain't never had the flu. Never took that, so it's not really a vaccine for me. It's just like, I don't believe in doctors. They get paid for you to be sick. Just think about that. Every time you take a pill, somebody getting paid. Every time you get a shot, somebody's get the doctor's office is getting paid. They can't tell you that you're perfectly healthy if you go to the doctor. If they told everybody that they were healthy, they would have no business. That's like the biggest corporation in the world, as they call it, big pharma or whatever.
Big farm.
So
Yeah, they the biggest drug dealers on the planet. I don't see why people are so stupid. I mean, when they give you a prescription, they tell you to go get it from where? They either call it the pharmacy or what? The drug store. So that means they drug dealers, right? I mean, that
right,
makes
right.
sense. Okay, that's what I was thinking. I just wanted to make sure that people understand that I'm not crazy when I make these kinds of statements. You kind of got to use your common sense, but we all know that common sense ain't very common. salute Mr. Cam Bass. I'm glad that you made it in. And my apologies if I'm the old man that you speaking of, pouring gas on the fire. But I'm still about that crypto life. I'm just down quite a few grand right now, and my heart is almost broke. But I'm strong, and I'm gonna hold on.
Somebody
So
said
I think we gonna be all right. I think we gonna be all right. But I myself, it wasn't until I read the book by Sister Harriet Washington called Medical Apartheid that I began to get some insight into my aversion to doctors. Because I can't stand fucking hospitals. If I could stay the fuck out the hospital, I'm out of it. Because in just about every experience I've had, when I've had to go to the hospital, you know, to visit with somebody, that person invariably ended up dying. And so I don't have a really good relationship with the hospital because I've experienced that so many times, you know, and it's been people that's close to me in my life. So, you know, I have an aversion to the hospital, but doctors in general. And that book, which I highly recommend that you read it. It's available in audiobook. But once you read that book and you understand the history of the medical practice, think about them two words, medical practice, because that's what the fuck they do with us. Practice, they experiment on us. Tuskegee Airmen, anybody. But when you read that book, especially as a black man or just a black person in general, it's going to give you some insight as to why you feel the way you do towards the white medical establishment and why we generally just do not trust them. And it's why I don't trust this vaccine. You know, aside from the fact that they just rush this shit, you know, and under any other circumstances, it takes these motherfuckers years and years and years and decades to come up with a suitable solution for these kinds of problems. But I don't plan on taking the vaccine. I'm a pretty healthy person. I do go to the doctor to get a checkup at least once a year, and I advocate that guys find a doctor that they deem trustworthy, because they are going. I can tell you as an older guy, when I was 35, I felt completely different than I do at 45. And when I was 25, I felt completely different than when I was 35 and 45. So I say that to say that your health is important. I'm not a medical professional, but what I do is when it's something that's beyond my area of expertise or something that I'm just not confident in being able to do on my own, I go and seek out a professional. And in this case, it'll be a medical professional. I got a black physician, so you know we have a very good relationship, and we talk a lot. So I would highly suggest, especially for you brothers out there, man, if you can get with a fellow brother that's a medical professional, maybe you'll feel a lot more comfortable in regards to, you know, what's going on with you medically. But you only got one life to live, man. Try to live as long as you can. Anything else from you guys in regards to the beer bug and the mandate?
I already taking that shit. Pretty much.
Hey, I don't trust nothing that they give away for free. They ain't gave us nothing else in life for free, but they get us away for free. Actually, they give you a hot dog and water and free donuts.
Dude,
and they give it, and
they
you can
weed,
take
bro.
it.
Hey man, no,
They giving niggas weed.
Hell no.
Sun Tzu said in the Art of War, man, beware the free lunch, because there's nothing in life for free.
Mm-hmm.
Hell no, fuck that. Like, y'all made me pay for everything my whole life. I gotta pay for a goddamn mailing stamp, but you wanna come give me this for free? Like, nah. Like, that's just like somebody walk up to you. That's anybody. If somebody like Top, right? You smoke, you smoke weed. But if somebody came up to you like, hey, bro, I got some free weed, you would look at that nigga like, hold up, man. Like, what's the catch? Like, why are you just offering me this for free?
Immediately suspicious. Hey,
like, hold up.
Here go a story from a personal story from my personal life. This happened back in the 90s. Man, this dude I used to hang with, I'm gonna call him Red, because I'm not gonna call his government name out, because we used to do a lot of criminal shit. But we stole a car to go to the Freaknik. And I recall that this motherfucker, we was sitting on a porch to this chick, you know what I'm saying, her house we used to frequent and hang out and shit. I'm like 17, 18 years old, man. And fucking that motherfucker pulled out a blunt. It was already rolled. I told that motherfucker, I'll buy another blunt, but you get ready to unroll and re-roll that shit, nigga. I don't know what the fuck is in that. It might be some crack in that motherfucker.
Mm-hmm.
I have no idea. But, you know what I'm saying? He had enough respect for me and for himself to say, all right, I'm going to do that. You know what I'm saying? Because he realized, I guess, you know, in my mind anyway, he realized that what if the shoe was on the other foot? You know what I'm saying? You can't really trust motherfuckers out here, because I'm from Jersey. I know motherfuckers. My stepsister died like this, where a motherfucker put a Mickey in her goddamn drink and killed her in 1996. So it's just that easy. You have to be very cautious when you're dealing with other people, especially when they're giving you something, quote unquote, for free. Because there's nothing in this life that you could get for free. You have to compensate in some way, shape, or form. You can't avoid it.
Right. And that's why I don't trust it. Like, nah, bro. my antennas go up, as Pinky would say. My antennas, them motherfuckers go up. But if somebody say free, I'm good. Like, what's the catch, bro? Like, cause you ain't finna just walk up to somebody and just give them something for free. You know what I'm saying? Unless it's the case where you got some shoes, some old shoes, and you see a homeless person with no shoes. He like, I don't even want these motherfuckers no more. Go ahead, take these, bro. You look like you need them. You know what I'm saying? But for the most part, yeah, exactly. But for the most part, man, anything. Hey, bro, you want this soda? Nope. You want this candy for free? Nope. I'll buy it myself. Like, why are you giving this to me? Like, you don't want it. Like, why you don't want it?
You know what's ironic about what you just said, bro? Is guys don't take life lessons like that and extrapolate it to other areas of their life. So, for example, I could walk up to a guy and say, yo, I got $1 million in this suitcase, and try to give it to him for free, and he'll be suspicious of me. Mm-hmm. But if a female walk up to him, he's not suspicious that she wants something from him other than what he thinks she might want. You understand
That's
what I'm saying?
True. Yeah,
guys don't take these lessons and extrapolate it to other areas of their life. And then they come on YouTube and, you know, complain about how the bitch done drug her. So, you know, that's just something I wanted to point out real quick. And I'm not sure how, you know, versed you guys are with the medical profession and medical technology, but what I got typed up right there in the comments section, and it's on the screen right now, this is what I'm worried about. The CRISPR technology, because that's gene editing technology. And once they edit shit in your genes, you know, they even say this about this vaccine. Once they put this shit in you, it's going to change you forever, and you can't go back. That's what I'm very highly suspicious of. And you know, I understand how this world works well enough to know that this is some dangerous shit. And when it comes to dealing with them folks, you know, the racist suspects, you know, the usual suspects, them people, them white folks, man, you got to tiptoe around these motherfuckers, because they tricky. They'll tell you 99 things that's true out of 100, and they'll tell you one lie and fuck up everything for you. Have your nose all wide open, and then you walk off the fucking cliff. You can't. Once you walk off the cliff, once you jump, there is no going back. So it's consequences to the things that you do. So you got to be very careful with what motherfuckers present you with. You know, it's like me walking up to a school kid and trying to give him some drugs. Like, here, take these. You know what I'm saying?
Right. Once he take them, he'll never be the person he was meant to be.
Yep. And one thing I learned about life is that this is some real shit right here. Like, you gotta, I don't want to say learn how to play dirty, but you gotta remember that the people that create the rules don't play by the same rules as you do. Like, they just make you follow them, but they don't live by the same rules. You seen all them governors and all this stuff when they had the whole state and country on lockdown. Them governors were still having parties, anti-mask parties. They not even following the same rules that they telling us to follow. And that's when I started to look at it like, hey man, you gotta learn how to wiggle through the system. Like, you know what I'm saying? Like, shit, hell, I'm paying more money in taxes than some of these billionaires, but what they doing? They playing dirty. Like, you got to learn how to play dirty with them. I ain't saying doing like no criminal activity, but they don't teach us like the tricks of the trade to how to get around stuff. That's why it takes us so long to figure this shit out. Like, I'm like, dang, this dude a billionaire. Like, why he ain't got to pay taxes and I'm broke and I got to pay taxes? Like what's really going on? That's because they play dirty. They set up fake charity accounts. Like, these people that they are trusting are the biggest fucking criminals in the world. This government, oh my God, he's the president. Oh, these man, they steal from you every day. Most of them, not all of them, but most of the most successful people in the world, like, they play dirty. They steal, they overwork their employees, they take a little here from your check. These banks be taking out of your bank account. You load $25 in your saving, you're gonna realize, like, damn, nigga, well, I got $24.83. Like, you know what I'm saying? You're gonna get stuff missing here and there.
I got $19.66 and 66 cents in the bank. Why I can't withdraw $18?
Right.
You know what I'm saying? That's because
worse.
They control Roe. You don't understand how on point you are with your fucking observations, because that's how this fucking system works. You know what I'm saying? The white folks say, you do as I tell you to do. Why? Because I said so. Right. And then they back that shit up with violence. And then you go do it because you don't want to have to deal with the violence. Salute to the African Kingdom podcast. Thanks for coming through, bro. Safe travels. I don't know if you're back from the motherland or not, but I wish you safe travels on your way coming back. Hope you have fun. I'm looking to get there one day myself. But yeah, Ro, we had to sit down and have a conversation, but you on point like a motherfucker. That's how this system is designed to work. The people who control the money supply, the people who make the laws, are the biggest lawbreakers.
Yep.
You know, they do the worst shit. You know what I'm saying? But like Rose said, the law is not created for the people who wrote it. It's created for the motherfuckers who can't do shit about it.
I think the problem is
my bad, Tone. But this is how they're able to force this vaccine shit on you, because they said so. You know. But pardon my interruption. Go ahead, Tone.
Okay. I think the problem is that we see it as playing dirty, and we don't just see it as playing smart. Like,
facts.
It's like a game. You know what I'm saying? Like. And a lot of people don't peep that because, you know, it sounds crazy, but it's legit a game. Like, you kind of was born into a fucking game. And, like, yeah, they tell you, like, yeah, play like this, sure. But only the smart ones is like, but wait, if this motherfucker's playing like this and he getting off scot-free, why can't I? You know, you start with the whole, like, well, maybe because I'm black or because I'm short or because I'm other. But at the end of the day, man, it's ways around everything. Now, like back in the day, no, but now it's ways around almost everything. And people just like, oh, I don't want to be that dirty person. The only way you dirty is if you gotta step on somebody else to get what you want. Like, if it's you versus somebody else and you do what you had to do to win, that's different. But if you using somebody else for your personal gain and to their personal detriment, then that's playing dirty. But that's
the way this system is set up. White folks play dirty like a motherfucker. because they get us to do all of the footwork, all of the dangerous work, and they sit back and just laugh all the way to the bank. And usually they have us working to our own detriment. So I'll take me for example. Like I said, I'm a professional commercial driver. I do the most dangerous fucking shit. I could literally die any day I get in that fucking truck, or hit somebody, run them over, and kill them. The point I'm making is that my job is more dangerous than the motherfucker who owned the goddamn truck. How is it that I'm I'm not justly compensated for that? Because they said so. You know what I'm saying? So that they can get enrich themselves off of my time. You know, but that's just the way the system is set up. That's why I keep saying that we need a system of justice, and we need to eradicate this racist system because it fucks up everything for everybody. But that's just my own opinion.
Right. And I don't know, like for some strange reason, I was put in a position to deal with this, you know what I'm saying? Because like I told y'all, 2-3 years ago, I started living in my van, and it may not be for everybody. It may not be for everybody to understand, but that's kind of a way to wiggle through the system. Either you get a lot of money or you just don't give a fuck about money. Like that's how you beat them, because that's how they control you with the money. That's why these people at these jobs and these rich people that you think is in control of their life, but they not. They controlled by the money. They can't say what they want to say or do what they want to do, because they got to keep their Range Rovers, they got to keep their Bentleys, they gold chains, they gold teeth. They got to keep all of this shit. And me, I'm just like, man, at the end of the day, like, yeah, I like money, I like having money, but my only focus in life is to make sure that I got a safe place to sleep and food to eat, and everything else is just simply extra. And they don't want you to know shit like that. They want you to be like, no, if you don't get a car note, you're a loser. No, if you don't buy a big house, you're a loser. So then you trapped in this circle where you work, and now you got to get that job, and you have to go to work because you're going to lose your house. And then they say like, okay, now you got to take the vax because you're going to lose everything if you don't take it. Like, I'm not forcing you to do it, by the way. It's for the health of other people. I'm not forcing you to do it, but if you don't do it, you're going to lose your job. And most people ain't gonna be like, man, fuck this job and fuck this house. Like, I'll
Exactly.
buy an RV and live out my RV and sleep on the side of the motherfucking beach before I do it. Most people ain't gonna do that. See, me, I would
Exactly.
live
I don't
in
know,
my
man.
goddamn, I would live in my
He,
goddamn
I
van.
agree.
Like, I
I
got no
agree with him.
problem. I
I
got no
agree with him.
problem. Like,
A lot of people are in a position and where they concluded as in regards to the position that they in that they got too much to lose. And I say that is forced by coercion, because they'll say, well, I ain't gonna force you to take it, but if you don't, you can't work no more. But most people ain't prepared to go out there and live in the woods. Most people don't know how to grow their own food. And this is what I keep saying in regards to us as black people. And it's very sad to see these niggas come online and try to point the finger at black women as if they are the source of the problem. No, the motherfuckers who created this system that we live in is the source of the problem. And once we can get them out of our way, then we won't have no problem out of these black women. And furthermore, let's just say, hypothetically speaking, that we didn't have any problems out of black women at all, we would still have problems out of these white folks. And that's what I think is a tragedy, because niggas want to be friends with the same zaddy that they accuse these goddamn black women of submitting to. So, that's just my 2 cents. I could be incorrect, but I don't think so.
right. And that's why I'm like, hey, man, this situation, like, I ain't needed no PPP money. I ain't got not one stimulus check. Like, I ain't got none of that shit. And I just been doing just fine. But I'm willing to live well below my means. So my goal in life is to not be controlled by nothing but me. And I know I'm going to have to pay something.
Shit,
You're going to have to pay.
I got that stimmy check, nigga. The first stimmy check. I haven't got one since. I dropped $900 on Bitcoin. I bought $300 worth of weed, nigga.
Yeah, but I ain't getting none of that. And like people have been stressing out and going crazy. And I just been like, hey, man, I'm cool. But I found comfort in living the way that I live. See, most people would spend a week living how I live and they would just go fucking crazy. But the fact that I can thrive and being at the bottom, quote unquote, I don't feel like I'm at the bottom. I don't feel broke at all. But the average person looking in, like, nigga, you live in your car, you broke as hell. Like, that's cool. But if I can smile in this type of situation, I'm on my way to not being controlled. You know what I'm saying? I'm still controlled in a sense because I can't say what I want to say when I'm working and all that. Once I get past that level and I find out a way to make some passive income and be in control of my own dollars, like they can't tell me nothing because I don't care about being rich. Oh, you're not going to be rich. I don't give a damn. Like, rich to me is having food to eat. So I can be happy with the bare minimum. So there's not much that they can actually do or say to me that'll make me be like, oh my God, panic. Because I'll tell anybody, like, hey, look, man, if you got a family, you about to lose some shit and you don't want you and your family, your kids to take a jab, man, scrape up some money, go get your RV, live in the RV, and just, figure the shit out. Go collect cans out of the trash can every day to feed your family. Like, man, there's so many ways to survive. Go collect cardboard out of the trash can and then take it to the cardboard shop. Like, it's so many ways to survive. But people don't want to just live off the basics. They don't want to just live off, okay, food and shelter. They like, nah, like, it ain't a shelter if it ain't 7 bathrooms and 8 bedrooms. It ain't a shelter. Yes, it is. You and your family could live
Everybody's
in
trying to live like the Joneses, huh? Especially
Yeah.
especially niggas. That's another tragedy that we have a tendency to live above our means. I'm on the same page with you in regards to that, Roe, because I live well below my means too, which is why I'm able to have the monies I do to make the investments that I make. And it comes from being frugal. My life is very minimalistic. I don't live in my car, but I don't have all of the shit that I see a lot of people have. And it's not because I can't afford it. And it's not because I may not have a desire for it. It's just that I have determined is not really necessary.
Right.
I
A
can
car
afford
is a
I can
car.
afford a BMW, but what's the point in buying a car that's going to be expensive in maintenance when I could just buy something that only needs to get me from point A to point B? I'm not out here trying to impress nobody.
But that's why the
You know,
people they control, because they control by their want and their lust for money. So those people, they gonna know, like, oh man, don't worry, we got them in the bag. Like, he can't live with all his gold chains and steak and lobster every day. Like, I'll make me a peanut butter and jelly sandwich every day and be cool. Like, you know what I'm saying? Like, hey, shit, well, I ate, I'm happy. But they know the average person can't just live like that. They like, nah, he need his Gucci belt, he need his Gucci shoes, he need his BMW. And I'm looking at, like, okay, a Lamborghini and a Prius, it's the same thing. They both got 4 wheels and it gets you where you need to go. And I know rich people probably like, oh, you're just saying that because you're broke. Like, oh yeah, I get it. But like, if
I
I
think
drive my car and you drive your car, guess what? You might get there faster, but I'm still gonna get there, bro. Like,
not
I'm
not
still gonna
only
get
not
there.
that's a good point you made, because I made that point too. I just said it in a different way. The way that I put it was, you can have a brand new motherfucking top of the line Mercedes Benz Maybach off the motherfucking lot. If you don't put no tires and no gas in that motherfucker, ain't going no. It's just simple as that. It's just there's nothing spectacular about it. It's only the way that we socialize with each other that it has any importance whatsoever, as far as I could tell, or as far as it concerns me. But I get exactly what you're saying. Tone, any thoughts on what Roe and I've been saying?
I honestly think the dynamic is changing. I don't know if y'all been paying attention to like a lot of the news. I know y'all been peeping like all these now hiring signs and shit like that.
Mm-hmm.
Uh, like the type of jobs y'all both work, y'all don't really work jobs where y'all deal with the actual workers like that. And I have, and I can tell you right now, everybody's pretty much to the point where they're like, man, fuck this job shit. Like a
That's
lot of
good.
That's
like
interesting.
in the news. Well, depending on what type of news media you watch, it's this talk about the Great Resignation. About 40% of the country is projected to say fuck their job by 2022.
Mm-hmm. Well, to be perfectly honest, with the pace that things are being automated, I wouldn't be surprised if a lot of these people who willing to walk away from their jobs is not already. I wouldn't be surprised if their jobs is already on the chopping block. Because when March of 2020, when the beer bug hit, I don't know how many people noticed it, and I've said it quite a few times. But if you notice, a lot of folks who were put out of work at that point in time haven't returned. And it's because their jobs no longer exist. They don't need you to be a cashier at McDonald's no more because they got kiosks. Same thing with some of these grocery stores and Walmarts. A lot of these jobs that, traditional jobs that we have been used to doing are going to be automated. And so a lot of people, we're in a position right now where a lot of people got to figure out what the fuck they're going to do next. Because everything.
Another reason?
Go ahead.
Because COVID showed them how easily they could be like, fuck you, find something else.
Oh, yeah.
Once they said lockdown,
it's always been like that. It's always been like that. It's just, it hasn't been out front for people to really see. But go ahead.
Yeah, they spit right on their face. Like, no, bro, you gotta go. And then all of a sudden to be like, oh, you want to come back? It's like, so what's stopping you from kicking me right? Especially since this COVID shit clearly ain't over with. You know what I'm saying? Like, so what's to stop you from kicking me right back out on my ass? Like, I'd rather just figure it out on my ass. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah, this we are in the throes of change, man. A lot of people don't realize, and it's really early for this crypto shit. It's going to take another 20, maybe 30 years for it to take full hold. But the economy is changing. Everything is changing. Everything is changing. It ain't going to be no more working at McDonald's. You're going to have to become an entrepreneur at this point in time. And that's gonna go for everybody across the planet. A lot of people, this is why I'm a big advocate of crypto, because if you don't have to actually buy any crypto, just go and study what it's all about, and then you'll begin to see some of the shit that I've seen to let me know that this is the future. If I had another 50 years here, I would be here for it. I don't know if I got another 50 years, maybe 30, but if I had another 50, I would be living in the new economy once it's been firmly established. But that's the way that things is going towards. We really literally in the matrix. We going into the matrix, literally.
That's why I think that most people should live the minimalist lifestyle. If you keep your life simple, if you keep it simple to food and shelter, it don't matter what area you in, you're gonna be all right. You know what I'm saying? I mean, that's how we always gonna survive. You know what I'm saying? It's just, we let TV feel like we're inadequate if we don't have all this other bullshit, Like, I ain't got no kids. I could go work at McDonald's and still be good and still have hella money in my pocket with my lifestyle. It don't matter what job I get. If I'm comfortable living like this, doesn't matter what job, I can go make $9 an hour and still have money in my pocket because I don't want much, and I'm gonna always hustle. Like, I definitely am preparing for my future. Like, I like having money, but at the end of the day, like, I'm not like obsessed over it. You know what I'm saying? I'm not ready to kill for it and die for it. Like, nah, you know, only time I'm going to feel like I'm down bad is if I'm starving. Like, I'm lit, like my ribs is touching and I can't even afford $1 hot dog at 7-Eleven. Like, until I get to that point, I'm never going to feel like I'm broke. So ain't too much gonna break me, you know what I'm saying, at this point, except for like maybe, hopefully I don't get like no terminal illness or a family member don't get sick or nothing like that. But other than that, bro, like, can't none of that shit break me because I don't want I don't want the American dream. Like, they can have that shit. I don't want it. Like, I just want to just do me, live my life and survive. And that's what the fuck I'm gonna do.
That's facts. Don't nothing come to a sleeper but a dream. And if you asleep, that means you ain't conscious. So
Right.
keep dreaming, all you dreamy eyed niggas out there. I just want to address two statements real quick. The first statement is, and I spoke a little bit on this earlier. these investment firms just needed cash to float out Evergrande's default good riddance out of the crypto space. I want to say that I think it's a real fucked up situation. This is very much like the Lehman Brothers situation that happened in 2008. I know a lot of people who may listen to this on the playback or who may be here now. You might have been a teenager or a little younger back in 2008 and didn't really understand what was going on. Hell, shit, it took me a while to kind of understand. I'm still trying to figure it out. But I want to say that this Evergrande situation did play some part in the what we see happening in the stock and bond markets and in the crypto market. But unlike here in America, them fucking Chinese people don't give a fuck. They will let that shit go in the ground because they not really, and you can just check out their history. They don't have a history of bailing motherfuckers out. But they did, I did see that there was some capital injected, about $14 billion, but them motherfuckers owe like $300 billion. So I'm just going to sit back and pay attention to see what happened. Because all of these economies are all interconnected. And what happens in America is going to radiate out to everybody else because the United States dollar is pretty much saturated every society. So Cam's second question is: I listened to Immortal Technique make a good point that only two classes are in this system: are those who own the means of production and those who don't. Every other level is an illusion. That's facts. You either a white supremacist or use a nigga. That's really, to simplify it for you folks out there, that's really what it sums up to be. You either in the ruling class, the lawmaking class, which is the white supremacists. I mean, if there's anybody out there who will deny that white folks is in charge, please stand up, raise your hand so you can be heard, because your notion could easily be disproven. But I think that's an important statement because a lot of us, we rather than actually be free, we will settle for the illusion that we're free. And this is how we fool ourselves into thinking that, I make $7 million a year, and even though I'm a black person, you can't touch this. But even Michael Jordan got denied, from playing on a low tier golf course, such that he went out and bought his own goddamn golf course. The point I'm making is that if you're a black person and you live in this system, you in the same situation as any other black person is. I don't give a fuck how much money you got. To them people, you still a nigga. You just a nigga with money and a nice car. That's it. That you got from them, by the way, with the money that you got from them. You understand what I'm saying? And I just say that to point out the fact that you niggas need to quit the bullshit complaining about these motherfucking women. Be a motherfucking man and do what men supposed to do. If that's what the fuck you say you are. You can't sit back and point the finger because it's easy to do. It's easy for you niggas to point at these motherfucking women and put all the blame on them than it is for you niggas to stand up and be men and go take care of your problem with the man who making a problem for your motherfucking ass. How about that? Tough ass niggas. Go get tough with them goddamn Peckerwoods. I bet you won't do that. Because you love Zaddy just as much as these bitches do.
They don't. That's why it be tripping me out. Like these gang members and hardcore criminals. Like if I'm walking down the street, where you from, cuz? Like where you from? Give me your pockets. Woo, woo, woo. But as soon as the police come, they running. But I thought you was a gangster. You supposed to be a gangster with everybody. If the police is harassing me. Oh, like you gangster. Remember, you got that stick on you. Remember? You know what I'm saying? You pulled it out on me. Remember? What happened? Did you lose it? But y'all want to run and act scary when them boys pull up. Like, nah, if you're gonna be tough all the time. He
That's the
pulled you
same
over.
thing.
He pulled you over for no reason. You know what I'm saying? He roughing you up, and you just, man, come on, man, why you doing this to me? But let me, another black man, walk down the street. You gonna run my pockets, put the gun in my face. You damn near might shoot me, take my shoes. You got all that tough guy stuff. But when the police come, you run it. You ain't no gangster. Like, stop acting like you gangster.
Hey, I've said it time and time again. I'm pretty sure there's some people who heard me say it and they don't like it, especially when they sat down and thought it through and realized, that motherfucker got a point. But and I know it's controversial and it's nothing personal. I'm calling it what the fuck it is, because a lot of you motherfuckers won't do it. All you guys who complain about these black women who use the child support system against you, who made the system? Was it her or was it somebody else? Because if it wasn't her, then she really ain't your problem. Right. But see, I understand how these niggas move, right? It's easy to jump in a woman's face and say, bitch, it's all your motherfucking fault. But just like you pointed out, bro, when the motherfucking popo come around, these gangster niggas ain't so gangster no more. When they commit a goddamn crime, right? They run. And then when they stand in front of that white man in that black robe, they ain't so goddamn tough no more. See, niggas know who face to get in.
Mm-hmm.
They know who face to get in. And to drive the point home even further, niggas ain't doing no better than what the fuck they say about these goddamn women. The shit irks the fuck out of me to see allegedly grown-ass men to be acting just like the women that they complain about. They niggas got a whole industry about complaining about what bitches do. I ain't never seen no shit like this in my life until these goddamn goofy ass tight pants, Uggs wearing young niggas singing on the fucking microphone came out. Yep. Are you single raised young motherfuckers complaining about single mothers, and your mama was a single mom?
Right.
Come on, man. Keep it fucking real. You niggas out here trashing your own goddamn females, and you ain't doing to her no better than what the fuck you said she did to you. So you niggas is into monkey see, monkey do? You niggas don't even got a fucking leg to stand on. We all in this shit together. They got their set of problems. We got ours. It don't do no good for us to bicker back and forth between each other, because it take our fucking focus on the people who actually creating the problem.
Man,
and niggas don't want to deal with that problem because they know who faced not to get in. Tough acting, tenacting ass niggas.
Man, I can't stand them type dudes, because I'm just I grew up in the hood. Like, I'm just a regular dude. I go mind my business. I'm never portraying a tough guy. I ain't no tough guy. I ain't out here trying to be throwing hands. I will if I have to, and I'm backed in the corner. But 9 times out of 10, I'm just trying to live to see the next day. And it just irritates me seeing dudes grow up in the hood like that. They got all that smoke for me, but they ain't got no smoke for, the cops that's harassing them. You ain't got no smoke for them, but you got all the smoke for me. And I know for sure these Crips and Bloods that's like supposed to be protecting the community, they could know that I could be a student and I'm not a part of that gang, and they could see me getting harassed by the cops, and I guarantee they ain't gonna do shit. They ain't gonna do nothing but pull out their phones, and they know I'm a good guy, and they won't even tell them like, oh man, this nigga, like, oh man,
here go the biggest teller though, bro. Anytime one of us gets unjustly treated by them fucking people, not near one of these niggas stand up and do a motherfucking thing about it.
Nope.
But these motherfucking dudes want to be respected as men. How you gonna be respected as men when your group could be attacked and you ain't got no motherfucking you ain't got no response to that? But then you want these bitches to submit to you. Like I said before, just in terms of material, niggas need to keep it real. just in terms of material, why do these bitches need you when you get your shit from the same motherfucker she get her shit from? She could just bypass you. You ain't got nothing that you ain't get from white man just like her. These niggas make me sick. They make me sick with they fake ass shit.
Yep. And they always fucking with the people who don't really want it. You know what I'm saying? Like them dudes I grew up around, they knew I didn't want no smoke. They like, oh, that dude plays sports, like he cool. Let me go fuck with him anyway. They don't go mess with the dude that want the smoke. They go find a dude that don't want it. Like, oh, I know he well, they don't know if I'm gonna do nothing, but they gonna think like, oh, he probably ain't gonna do nothing. Let me go fuck with him. They ain't gonna go fuck with that dude that's willing to catch a body at any point. Like he don't care. They not gonna run up on him like that. And that's why I don't.
I grew up like that. A couple motherfuckers tried to bully me when I was in grade school, and I nipped that shit in the bud real quick. Nah, this is the length I'm willing to go to. You sure you want to do this? Okay. And then on top of that, you know what I'm saying? I'm from New Jersey. Born and raised in Newark and grew up between Newark and East Orange. I got a really, really large family. So it ain't too many motherfuckers who don't know somebody I'm related to in Newark. So, I mean, that to say that, you know, not that I'm a tough guy, because I'm not. Not that I'm untouchable, because I can't be touched. I put my pants on one leg at a time, just like anybody else. But it's very difficult to do something to me and somebody in my family, it don't get back to them.
Right.
But yeah, I've been through those situations in my lifetime, so I can identify. But my point is as black males, we gotta do way the fuck better than what the fuck we doing. Because to be perfectly honest, other groups of men are looking at how we behave in response to how our women behave and looking at us like a group of fucking suckers.
They laughing at us, bro.
And you and a lot of you bozo ass niggas, you're not helping the situation.
Yep, that's why I had to quit that shit.
I gotta call it like it is. Niggas is on notice. Anytime I'm around, your ass is on notice, because I can't help but call out what is the truth. That's just how I'm put together. You know, I mean, it is what it is. Niggas got to do better. But we right at the 1 hour mark, gentlemen. Is there any other topics or, you know, any ideas or thoughts that you wanted to share before we get out of here till next week?
Yeah, shit, man. Like we've been talking about the whole show. Food, shelter, life is simple. We just here to survive. Everything extra. Don't let them control you with your lust for money and women. Because that's how they gonna get you. That's how they gonna get you to do things you don't want to do. Your lust. So that's all I got.
What I want to say is, matter of fact, you know what? If y'all don't do anything today, go look up something I was looking into the other day called Plato's Allegory of the Cave. And it speaks on like a thought process of like perspectives of the way way you think, basically. And watch that, and you'll see what a lot of people's problem is that they're looking at the world from a one-way street when they in the middle of a expressway. Like it's a bunch of like, you know, different roads, but everybody only looking down this one road. And that's why a lot of niggas is stuck in the same loop or the same problem, because they don't see outside of their, I guess, pipeline vision. But look into Plato's Allegory of the Cave.
It's interesting that you just brought that up, because I've concluded quite some time ago, you know, with a lot of people, and you could do this experiment for yourself. You go right there in the hood and just talk to guys, and what you'll come to understand is that a lot of guys' feelings in regards to, or thoughts in regards to how to make it out of that situation, you know what I'm saying, it's got to do with lack of information more than anything else. And you know, granted, we can only do to the extent that our environment will allow us to do, but we're in an environment where we are deliberately kept from specific information so that we can't better ourselves. Man, we supposed to be thinking black men, man. A thinking black man is a very dangerous black man. Mm-hmm. And a lot of y'all don't think, and it's very unfortunate. I wish that things could be different. But anyway, thanks again, Roe. Thanks again, Tone, for coming through. Plug your social media before we get out of here. Because Roe is back, motherfuckers.
Guess who's back? Let him go first. Go ahead, man.
Still smell the Uber spray in his clothes.
It smell like brand new car.
Shit, I just been recording. I ain't really back like that yet, dropping content, but I'm recording right now. So just I got my channel up. It's called Nomading with Roe. It's called Nomading with WITH, dumbass. WITHROE.
Hear about YouTube, nigga, and become a professional spelling bee champ. This nigga need a interpreter and shit. How do you interpret hood, nigga?
But Nomading with Roe. NOMADINGWITHROE. That's my YouTube channel.
Damn, nigga, you asking these niggas to spell all them goddamn.
Because I know they ain't gonna spell it right, man. They ain't gonna spell it right.
Man, these motherfuckers lazy as fuck. They don't even want to click on the link in your bio.
Exactly. But it's there.
You can be giving niggas life-saving information, and niggas are goofy like that. So well, they were raised by single mothers. What do you expect?
Right.
Roe is going to pass this information along to me with his new YouTube channel, so I can put it down in the video description below, so that you could just click it and you'll be one stop away from kicking it with the young homie Roe.
Peace.
Tone, I know you on TikTok and Instagram. Any shows coming up?
Actually, no. I've been more focusing on my building my craft lately.
Good, very good. Okay, now I got your video. I got your social medias already in the video description below. I got 2 Instagram pages: the Incredible T.O.P and the Top Cast Instagram page. Go follow me on both. Come fuck with me over there on Anchor Podcast or your favorite podcast outlet. You could listen to me talk shit while you're sitting there with your auntie, who will come see me later on this evening.
Yes, God. The aunties.
If you haven't subscribed to my YouTube channel, do so now. Bring a friend and bring both of your aunties, because I'm that kind of nigga. Anyway,
he down 6 man.
Thanks for joining us. Salute to Cam. Salute to the Avi Kingdom podcast and any secret watchers out there, and for all of those who will catch the playback. We'll catch y'all next week, and we're going to take you out here with my young homie, Jay Geezer.
Peace.
Straight from the city. Peace. Sunny day on a block feeling so good. Take a look, you can see what I mean. Right around, showing love to the whole good.
Who you know can do it like me? I'm just playing the game, but you know every day ain't the same. So I'ma ride for the city, I die for the city, straight from the city.
Yeah, waking up in the morning, weekend weather, fly birds outside yawning. Last night was torn and popping, get the song to the next one. I pause for a second, I'm focused. Back got the flow tip, back got the potion. Earth, wind, and fire, moms, pops at it per brand, but it don't get no better. Stack cheddar on the regular, NY down to NC, playing that bigger dog. Despite the niggas right, I is back on my grind. A fist full of dollars, I'm on fire. Flow like rivers now, tigers with stripes like a tiger. Speech for my kinfolk and Maya, people that get dough. I'm all about the checks, Nikes, dreaming about who next up, broken in that. I cruise through the city, passing extras, director yelling action. Fly mommies popping bottles, shots full of armor. I took a glance at a fly lady. I cruise like a hustler to the paper, it's only nature. Shorty got some nice racks on racks, and a smooth money maker, yeah.
Got me feeling like Nas in my book of rhymes. You play in the orchestra, bet that you can feel these lines. In my mind, reminiscing, JGI, spitting subliminal lines, painting pictures of moments in time. Reminiscing, summarizing the 20th song. And got a vision of a rebel standing next to God. Yo, that's a vision of a devil falling from the sky. And why? Nigga, check my level when I'm on the grind. Ahead of my time, know I'm kinda like fighting for my life in the dark, and ain't no sign of light. Evolution in your life, choosing wrong and right. In 21-9, niggas still be trying to sound alike, trying to do it big and live the style of life. Style sincere like Nasir, but all I need's one mic. Looking through the eyes of a little nigga on the grind. Sparks like my rim tie when I pull up on the block. I try to tell you it's the sus, nigga. You say that you enjoy yourself, and that's what's up, nigga. I try to hit you to the plan, let you know that I'm the man. Got my city with me everywhere we go. Got the fam, 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 got the fam. Sunny day on the mountain is so good. Take a look, you can see what I mean. Run around, so I love to the whole hood. Who you know can do it like me? I'm just playing the game, but you know every day ain't the same. So I'ma ride for the city, I die for the city, straight from the city. Straight from the city.